In the 1820s, we see two groups emerge from the ashes of the independence war versus Spain, the Federales and the Unitarios. The Unitarios were the Porteños, which are the people of Buenos Aires. The Unitarios favored a strong central government that had power over the interior of the country. The port of Buenos Aires was located on the Rio de la Plata, where the Unitarios basically controlled all the other provinces and countries that used the river for importing and exporting, as well as trade. They were just freed from the control of Spain, and now they are trying to be just like them. Not cool. Federales, on the other hand, wanted local power for those in the interior of the country, as well as an end to Buenos Aires having control over the ports of the Rio de la Plata. They were led by many provincianos who were the Argentines outside of the Buenos Aires province. The Unitarios fought against the Federales for decades. The Guancho armies fought for federalism and the tariff protection for the industries of the provinces in the interior. In 1826, a constitution was enacted that provided a central national authority but also gave the provinces local power. The constitution was rejected by military leaders, and the clash between centralized government and federalism continued. Stability was somewhat reached when Juan Manuel de Rosas, the richest and most powerful landowner in Buenos Aires, took office in 1829 as head of the Federalist Party. Although he claimed to be a Federalist, Rosas was a centralist and enforced his power through terror. He had his personal secret force called the Mazorca. They were ruthless and intimidated all of his opposition. Rosas forced people to wear a red ribbon to show a sign of allegiance to him. If they were seen without this red ribbon, Mazorcas would beat you violently in public to put fear in those who watched. He was a dictator who enforced his power through violence. Rosas had control over the Rio de la Plata, which allowed Buenos Aires to enforce taxes on countries that used the river for trade. Controlling the port allowed Buenos Aires to enforce restrictions on trade that were usually favored toward Buenos Aires and the Unitarios, but really bothered Uruguay and Brazil.
Restrictions on trade and Rosas' failure to provide the provinces with a federal constitution led to the opposition to Rosas. This was led by a man named Justo José de Urquiza, one of Rosas' own provincial governors. In 1852, Rosas' army of Buenos Aires and Urquiza's Grand Army fought near the town of Caseros in a battle that changed Argentina's future forever. Urquiza's army consisted of 24,000 men. 3,500 of them were professional soldiers from Brazil and 1,500 from Uruguay. The rest were from the provinces of the Argentine Confederation. Rosas' forces comprised 10,000 infantry troops, 12,000 cavalrymen, and up to 60 guns. The Battle of Caseros ended within 3 hours. Urquiza's Grand Army came out with the victory, and Rosas was shot in the hand. He resigned from office quickly after and fled to the United States. In 1852, regional leaders signed the San Nicolas Agreement. This created the Argentine Confederation and supported liberal trade, education, and a strong central government. However, it took away economic advantages to Buenos Aires. In 1853, a new constitution was approved, and in 1854, Urquiza was elected president. Paraná was chosen as the capital, and this meant that Buenos Aires was not happy and insisted on being the leader of the nation or they would not join. Between 1853 and 1861, 5 civil wars were fought between Buenos Aires and the rest of the country. In 1862, several years of war changed the constitution in favor of Buenos Aires, and they finally became a part of the Argentine Confederation as a capital. Buenos Aires remains the capital until today.